If you're thinking of moving to Stanislaus County and you have kids, then this video is for you. Because today we're going over the 3 top-rated public schools for elementary, middle, and high school in Stanislaus County, according to niche.com. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn all about living here in the Central Valley of California, then make sure you hit subscribe and tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first one updated. Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a realtor based out of Turlock, California, and I get calls from people just like you every single day looking to make a move here. So whether you're moving right now or in 3 months from now, feel free to book a Zoom call with me or send me a text and we can sit down to go over exactly what it is that you're looking for. So today we're going to be going over 9 different schools, 3 from each category: elementary, middle, and high school. Now, these are not my opinion. These all come from niche.com, these ratings. And if you are looking to move to the area, I highly recommend checking out this website and even greatschools.org, because these can give you different ratings and even real reviews from parents. So let's start with elementary. Now, when looking at elementary schools, normally it's considered kindergarten through 6th grade, sometimes up to 5th grade. And you will see that some of these schools are actually kindergarten through 8th grade. So it's elementary and middle school combined. So you might even see some overlap in these schools. Hint, hint. But the 3rd top-rated public elementary school in Stanislaus County is Walnut Elementary Education Center. Now, that one is located in Turlock, and I can speak to this one personally because I actually went there and was the very first class when they opened. And pretty much this school's really unique because it has a magnet program. Now, this school focuses on helping students learn more about what they're kind of interested in. So they have 2 sides, 2 different programs. They have a math and science side, which are the dynamos, and then they have the arts side that are the rays. So of course, all students are learning the same curricula, but at the same time, their extracurricular activities, besides the normal state required studies, is either more math and science based or more arts, depending on what that child prefers. So really neat program. You also do not have to live in the specific school district to go to Walnut. It is lottery based. So you can live anywhere in Turlock and get into that school. Now, according to niche.com, it does have a B+ overall rating, has a student to teacher ratio of about 26:1, and it has about 900 students in the school overall. The 2nd highest rated public school, according to niche.com, in Stanislaus County is Sierra View Elementary School, and this one's located in Oakdale. According to niche.com, this one has also a B+ overall rating, around 627 students, and a 22:1 student-teacher ratio. So the lower ratios we get, a little bit better for those students because that means more one-on-one time with the teacher and getting the extra learning and help that they need. Now, what makes this program unique, or the school, is the GATE program, and that is the Gifted and Talented Education, also referred to as the Gifted Learner program. Now, students have to test into this program, and it's essentially for students that maybe have different gifts or abilities, or maybe think a little bit different, and just the normal curriculum doesn't work for them. So this is a really neat program for them. There's also another school in Turlock called Julian that offers that, and a few others throughout the county as well too, but this one's the highest rated out of all of them that offers this program. Now, Sierra View is also known for having very involved parents, which is great for getting activities together, or different organizations, just overall fun things for the students. So this one's ranked very, very high. And if you are looking to move to Oakdale, we can talk about what district you would be in to go to this school. And the top elementary school is located in Denair, and that is Gratton Charter School. Now, Gratton is a very, very small school, and it's actually kindergarten through 8th grade and only has about 117 students. So we have a very small student-teacher ratio of about 20:1, but that's niche.com, but according to their website, it's actually closer to about only 15 students per 1 teacher. So your child is getting a lot of one-on-one time with the teacher, getting that extra help that they need if needed. Now, Gratton focuses a lot on STEAM learning. Now, STEAM learning is science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. So they're hitting those 5 big points. They do a lot of hands-on work with the kids, and I think there's just honestly a reason why this is ranked number 1. Now, if your kid here is a part of the elementary school, which is kindergarten through, I don't know if it's technically 5th or 6th grade at this one, since they are combined, it kind of overlaps, but they do also get to join chorus, drama, and eventually can join band. And later on, when they're in middle school, they can join different sports teams as well too. So there's a lot of activities for these kids, and just overall, it being a smaller amount of students is really beneficial for your child. Next, we're going to take a look at middle schools. Now, middle schools is usually 6th through 8th grade. Sometimes it starts in 5th grade here, just depending on the school. And you will see that, again, some of these do overlap with elementary and are included. A lot of times, though, keep in mind, though, the middle schoolers are usually separated from the elementary schoolers, because I know there's a big difference between a 5-year-old kindergartner and, a 13-year-old 8th grader. So they usually are separate, if that gives you some peace of mind. But coming in at number 3 for middle schools in Stanislaus County is Elizabeth Ustach Middle School, and that's located in Modesto. They have about 1,000 students, and this one has overall a B+ rating on niche.com. The student-teacher ratio is about 21 to 1. So you notice all these schools, we have pretty low ratios. Really great one-on-one time with those teachers. Now, according to the website, they take student success very, very seriously, as I would imagine most schools are trying to do. But they really do believe that every student wants to succeed and work hard, and they don't think failure isn't an option for them. So pretty much they just help them as much as they possibly can to ensure that they do succeed. This school also does have a lot of extracurriculars for these students, including jazz band, science Olympiad, there's honor society, art club, and a whole bunch more depending on what the student is interested in personally. So this is a great choice for students who want to be involved in some extra activities outside of school. And this school as well does welcome a lot of parental involvement. Now, coming in at number 2 for top middle schools is Gratton Charter School. Yes, if you remember correctly, that was our number 1 elementary school, and now this is our number 2 middle school. So again, this one is kindergarten through 8th grade. Middle school here, though, I think is 6th through 8th or 5th through 8th. Not quite sure on when it exactly starts. But again, classroom sizes is only about 15 students per 1 teacher. This one has an overall rating of an A- on niche.com. Now, the difference between the middle school and the elementary school is just a few more opportunities for middle schoolers as they get older and, want to try out different extracurriculars so they can participate in band, drama, and competitive sports here. Now, I think that something that makes Gratton stand out is they do have a program called the Response to Intervention program, and pretty much this helps any students that are struggling or falling behind. They don't want any of their students to be left behind, and at the same time, they don't want their other students that are achieving and doing well to have to wait for their peers to catch up. So it's a great program to help those struggling students and bridge that gap so everyone's kind of on the same page here. And, I just can't emphasize this enough. Having only less than 120 students at this whole school is just so unique and so special for these kids. And that is why they're able to do a program like this to help those students that are falling behind. In some of those much bigger schools where they have over 30 kids per 1 teacher, it's just really not feasible to sometimes help those students that are falling behind quite as much as in a smaller learning environment. Now, the number 1 top-rated school, according to niche.com, for middle schools is Hickman Middle School. And if the name didn't give it away, it is located in Hickman, California. It's given an overall rating of A-. It has about 147 students and a teacher ratio of 21 to 1. Now, this school is 6th grade through 8th grade. And their school motto is learning without limits. And I think they do a good job upholding this, or else they wouldn't be in the number 1 position. Also, a very small amount of students. I know I keep saying this over and over, but really giving that extra hands-on learning to each individual student, since the teachers are not overwhelmed with a lot of students in their classrooms. They are said to be known for a very warm, welcoming campus culture, a lot of opportunities for parent involvement if wanted, and there's a lot of communication between home and school. So if your student is falling behind or needs a little help, that is being clearly communicated to the parent, and they're asking the parents to do their part and help make sure their student or their child is succeeding and understanding the material at the same time. So overall, this has been known to be a really great option if you're looking for a school that blends, academics with character building and just overall great moral values. There is a reason for this is number 1. And I did forget to mention, but you can go to niche.com and read actual reviews from parents, I think students, and sometimes teachers as well too, depending on the age of the students, of course. And it just gives you firsthand experience as to what to expect if you do send your child there. Lastly, we're going to move on to the top-rated high schools. For all of you that have children that are already teenagers and getting close to being done with their school career officially. So the 3rd top-rated public school here is Joseph A. Gregori High School, also just referred to as Gregori High School, and that one's located in Modesto. So Gregori offers dual enrollment. We do have Modesto Junior College, and pretty much students can take classes there at the same time, and it can give them college credits. So if they are planning on going to college, they don't have to retake those classes, and they could potentially graduate early. Now, they also offer, if college isn't exactly on your child's list, I should say, or path, they do offer job shadowing partnerships as well too. So they've partnered with local businesses in the area where your student or your child can pretty much job shadow and see if that might be a career they're interested in. And then they can take the right path if they do want to go to college or technical vocational school for that as well too. Gregori also has a very strong reputation for discipline, academic focus, and leadership development. So overall, its students are being trying to be steered in the right path. And it's given an overall rating of A- to niche.com with a student-teacher ratio of about 24:1. Now, of course, these high schools are going to be a much bigger student population with 4 grades. And then so the school is about 2,400 students. So kind of a bigger school, but still able to keep that student-teacher ratio down, which is impressive. So this is a good option for students who want to prep for college, maybe get some dual credits or job shadow, or just looking for extracurriculars. Now, the second highest rated public high school in Stanislaus County is James C. Enochs High School, commonly just known as Enochs High School, also located in Modesto. So 2 really great options in Modesto alone. Now, this one is you're going to see it's very, very similar to Gregori. It offers that dual enrollment at MJC. It also offers that job shadowing opportunities. So I'm not quite sure what distinguishes this one to be just a little bit higher than Gregori, but I think the ratings are just about the same. It's also given an A- and has a student-teacher ratio of 23:1. And class size is very similar to Gregori, maybe just a little bit smaller at around 2,360, give or take a few students. So those partnerships with the local college and the local businesses, again, once a really big opportunity for high school students. And Enochs is known for, they have some good sports programs and just pushing students to succeed and ultimately do whatever path they are looking for, whether that's college, vocational school, or just jumping straight into the workforce. The top rated high school is Whitmore Charter High School, and that's located in Ceres. Now, this is really unique because those other 2 high schools we've seen have student population of around 2,400. This one has a class size of only about 86 students. I don't know the exact number and how up-to-date niche.com is on that, but having less than 100 students in a high school is actually kind of insane. It's kind of unheard of for 9th through 12th grade. They have a student-teacher ratio of only 14:1. And, we see this a little bit more often in some of those elementary schools and maybe middle schools, but seeing this in a high school is very rare, but again, gives your child a huge opportunity to make sure that they're not falling behind, that they understand the material, and they have that one-on-one time with the teacher to help them if they need that extra assistance. So they really emphasize a personalized education plan, which again is only achievable by having this smaller class size and just less students per teacher. If a teacher has too many students, they just simply can't devote that much attention to one individual student like they can when it's only a 14:1 ratio on average. So they do a really big focus on studying around the students' interests, their career goals, and their preferred learning styles too. So every student is a little different. If one learning style doesn't work for this person, it might work for someone else and vice versa. So they can, again, being a smaller student-teacher ratio, they can work around that. And if a student's not understanding the material because their learning style is different, the teacher can shift and pivot and help that student so they ultimately understand what's going on. So this is a really neat school. I want to say that Whitmore Charter starts actually in elementary and it works its way up. The number 1 was just rated here for the high school. I really hope this gave you a little bit better idea of where you may want to consider sending your child to school or not sending them to school if you are moving to Stanislaus County. I highly recommend checking out niche.com and reading through reviews from parents who have sent their own children to those schools to see what might or might not work for your student. If you are moving to Stanislaus County, keep in mind though that some of these schools to attend are either lottery based or you have to live in that specific district. So if you are wanting your child to attend a specific school, reach out to me and we can talk about what houses you could move to that would put you there. Till next time, hope to show you around the valley.